Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne, and today I'll be taking you through this simple tutorial. It's a crochet sweater for young kids. It's for a 1-year-old, but it depends with the size of your baby. I basically used the double crochet, the front post, double crochet, and the single crochets, and also chains while working this project. I really hope that you'll enjoy it, guys. And if you like it, kindly give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Start off, guys, I'll be using this 4-ply winter king yarn. It's number 504. Yeah, I realized like when you want to know the color of this, you just mark the number. It's constant. Like for this beige color, you'll always have it at 504. This is for the winter king. And then I'll be using my favorite 3.5 millimeter hook, my pair of scissors, a tape measure, and of course, a tapestry needle and a tape measure. And so to start off, I'll be starting with a chain of 81 plus 1. So we'll start by making a slip knot the best way you know how. I make mine that way, and then we'll now start working our chains. I'll make 81 plus 1, that is 82 chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the second chain from the hook, guys, I'm going to work a double crochet, and then into the next 10 chains I'm going to work double crochets. So this included, you are going to have 11 double crochets. So I'm going to work into the next 10 double crochets. Into the next 10 chains I'm going to work double crochets. This is the front part, the one front part of the sweater. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Just to confirm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now into this same chain that I worked my 11th double crochet, I'm going to chain 2 and work another double crochet into this same chain, like that. And then I'm now going to work 18 double crochets into the next 18 chains. So we'll have our double crochets into the next 18 chains. This is one sleeve. I now have the 19 double crochets. That is including the first double crochet that we worked into this point here. So into this last stitch here or chain, I'm going to chain 2 and work another double crochet into that same point. So remember, I worked 11 here, and then I worked 18 here, but plus this first one that we started with, I have 19. Now I'm going to work into the next 24 chains here, and when we include this first one here, I'm going to have 25. So I'm now going to work double crochets into the next 24 chains. This is the back part, guys. I'll then chain 2 and work another double crochet into this same chain, and then I'm now going to work 18 double crochets into the next 18 stitches. This is the other sleeve, and then we work the last front part. I'll then chain 2 and work another double crochet into the same point. And for these remaining chains, they should be 10. I'm going to work regular double crochets. This is the other front part. So we already have our first row complete, and as you can see, this is what we have. This is the back part, these are the sleeves, and this is the two front parts. So for our second row, guys, we are going to chain 1. We are going to chain 1, turn our work, and then into the first stitch we are going to work a single crochet, and we are going to work single crochets into every stitch across until we get to the point where we worked a double crochet, 2 chains, and another double crochet into the same chain. I'm working my last stitch before getting to this point. So once we get to this point, I'm going to work a single crochet, 2 chains, and another single crochet into the same part, and then I'll continue working my regular single crochets until I get to the other corner, which is this point. I'll work 2 chains, 1 single crochet, 2 chains, and another single crochet. So we are basically going to repeat all that until we get to the end of this second row. It's basically a row of single crochets. To start off my third row, I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. Now I'm going to work double crochets into the first 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Once I've worked the first 2 double crochets, I'm now going to work a front post double crochet into the 3rd stitch from the previous row. So we have the first, the second, and the 3rd. Into this 3rd stitch, into this 3rd double crochet, I'm going to work a front post double crochet like that. And then once I've worked this front post double crochet, I'm going to skip this stitch that is just behind the front post double crochet and worked a regular double crochet into the next stitch like that. And then from this point until the end of the row, I'll be alternating between this front post and the regular double crochet. So I'm going to work another front post double crochet. I'll skip 1 double crochet from the previous row. Into the next, I'm going to work a front post double crochet like that, and then I'll skip 1 stitch, just this one that falls behind this front post double crochet, and work a regular double crochet into the next stitch like that. And then I'll do the same, skip this, work a regular front post double crochet into the double crochet from the previous row, skip one stitch here and work a regular double crochet into the next stitch. Yeah, I'll basically repeat that. I'll work a regular double crochet into the double crochet from the previous row like that, and then I'll skip the stitch behind it and work into the next stitch a double crochet. Something to note here is that each time you get to this point here, the last double crochet and the first one, we always work front post double crochet on them. It's automatic. I'll work a front post here, like it's automatic. I'll skip this one and it folds here automatically, the last front post double crochet. And then I'm not going to skip this and work into this. I'll directly, since this is the last front post double crochet before into this corner, I'll work the normal double crochet, 2 chains and another double crochet into this chain 2 space like that. And then to start off this part, I'll work a regular double crochet into the first double crochet from the previous row like that. And then I'll work into this double crochet, into this stitch a double crochet, skip this one, work a regular front post double crochet into the next, and skip this one, work into this. So it's basically a repeat of that. Yeah, remember each time you get to the corner, the last double crochet and the first double crochet are this double crochets we work the front post double crochet, and then each time you get to this corner you will work the normal 1 double crochet, 2 chains and another double crochet into that space. So we are basically going to do that. We'll be working a front post double crochet and a regular double crochet, working a front post double crochet and a regular double crochet like that, a front post, a regular, a front post, a regular one, front post, a regular one, front post, a regular one, front post, a regular one. And like I told you guys, the last double crochet automatically falls for the part we work the front post double crochet. So I'm going to work a front post double crochet here, and then I'm now going to work directly into the chain 2 space. I'll work a double crochet, 2 chains and another double crochet into the same space, and then work the front post double crochet into the first double crochet from the previous row, work a regular double crochet. So guys, we are basically repeating this until we get to the end of the row. So I'm working the last few stitches before we finish the row. And then remember guys, while we were starting this row, we worked 2 double crochets, and we are going to finish this same row with 2 double crochets. So I'm working my double crochet here and the last one here. Now to start the fourth row, I'm going to chain 1, turn my work. This row is easy. It's basically a row of single crochets, so we are going to basically do a repeat of row 2. We'll be working a single crochets until we get to the corner where we'll work a single crochet, 2 chains and another single crochet, and yeah, do that until we get to the end of the row. For our 5th row, guys, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and I'm going to start by working 1 double crochet into the first stitch. And then, unlike the 3rd row where we worked 2 double crochets before proceeding to our front post double crochet, I'm only working 1 double crochet, and then I'm going to work into the second, I'm going to work a front post double crochet into the second, into the second double crochet from the previous row. I'm going to skip the first one, and into this second one I'm going to work a front post double crochet like that. And then just the way we worked our 3rd row, I'm going to skip this and work a regular double crochet into the next stitch, yeah, like that. And then I'm going to basically repeat that. I'll be alternating, like I'll be leaving the stitch that we worked the front post double crochet from the previous row and work a front post into the other one. So I'll be skipping this and working into this, a front post double crochet, working a regular double crochet here, and then a front post like that, a regular double crochet, a front post, a regular, a front post here. And like I told you before, each time we get to the corner, the last double crochet is the double crochet we work a front post double crochet, and then we jump into the chain 2 space, work a double crochet, 2 chains, and another double crochet into the same space. And then the first double crochet from the previous row is still the same double crochet where we work a front post, and then we basically continue with the same pattern until we finish this row. The only difference between row 3 and row 5 is the fact that when we were beginning this 3rd row, we started by working 2 double crochets before proceeding into our front post double crochet. But the 5th row, we started by working 1 double crochet and then proceeded into the front post double crochet. Other than that, there's no big difference. Each time you get to the corner, remember the last and the first double crochets from the previous row are the same double crochets where we work our front post double crochets. To finish this row, I'm going to work my front post double crochet, a regular double crochet, another front post double crochet. Remember, while we were starting this row, we started with 1 double crochet before proceeding into the front post double crochet. So I'm basically working my last double crochet here, and then I'll chain 1, turn my work, and work my row of single crochet. Remember, it will always be alternating between a row of single crochets and a row of the front post and normal double crochets. So guys, at this point, it's basically a repeat of row 3, row 4, and row 5. There's nothing difficult. You'll now work your projects rather, until you get to the point where we will be ready to isolate the sleeves. Remember, we are repeating row 3, row 4, and row 5. And if you work your work accurately, everything will actually be automatic. Like, there's no point you'll feel like you're missing a stitch or anything. Yeah, I have my 5 3/4 inches of my work, and at this point I'm now going to isolate the sleeves. So I've already worked my row of single crochet until this corner here. So yeah, I'm going to make a single crochet into this chain 2 space here, like that, and then I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to leave out this part that is the sleeve, yeah, all this part, and work directly into this chain 2 space here. I'll work a single crochet there, and then I'll continue with my regular single crochets like that until I get to the other chain 2 space where we'll isolate the other remaining sleeve. So I'll basically work my single crochets until I get to the other chain 2 space. I'm almost coming to that point. Yeah, I'm working my last single crochet. Now I'm going to work a single crochet here, and then I'll chain 3, and the same way I did the other part, I'm going to leave all this part of the sleeve and work a single crochet directly into this other chain 2 space like that, and basically continue with my regular single crochets until I get to the end of the row. I'll chain 1, turn my work, and this row is basically a continuation of all the other rows. I'll work a double crochet into the first stitch rather, and then I'll work another double crochet into the second stitch, and then I'll start working my front post double crochet, alternating with the front post double crochets I worked in the previous row. So I'll do this until I get to the chain 3 space. Now into this chain 3 space, I'm going to work my regular double crochets into those exact chains. So I'll work 3 double crochets into the 3 chain 3 spaces. So we are basically going to do this and then continue with our normal row. Once we get to this other chain 3 space, we are going to work 3 double crochets into those exact chains, and yeah, complete our row. Coming to the end of the row, I'm going to work my last front post double crochet. And remember, we started this part here, this row, with 2 double crochets before proceeding to our front post double crochets. So I'll basically end the same row with 2 double crochets. Now for the next row, it's just the regular row of single crochets. We'll work single crochets across all the stitches until the end of the row. I'll chain 1, turn my work. Remember the last row of these front post double crochets, we started by chaining 2 before proceeding into a row of we started with 2 double crochets. So for this row here, we are going to start with 1 double crochet, and then we'll work a front post double crochet into the second double crochet from the previous row, and basically continue alternating the front post double crochets with the front post double crochets from the previous row. So we'll basically repeat what we've been doing. We are going to repeat what we've been doing, working a front post, working a regular double crochet, a front post, a regular double crochet, a regular double crochet, a front post here, Now, I'm actually coming to the point where we had our chain 3 and then we worked our 3 regular double crochets. So nothing changes here, guys. We'll basically continue with our pattern here. I've worked my the regular double crochet. I'm going to work a front post into this, skip 1 here, work into the next stitch, skip this, work a front post here, work a regular double crochet, work a front post here, work a regular double crochet, and as you can see, the pattern just flows. You basically continue with your normal row. You don't change anything. So as you can see, we've already finished this part here, and the same is going to happen at this point here, guys. You'll just continue with your pattern. And yeah, once you finish this row, it will be easy. You'll be alternating between the row of single crochets and the row of front post and regular double crochets. And yeah, we'll basically be doing that until you now achieve your required length. That is your length up to the waistline. So I'm still going to work a few inches and then I'll see you then. I've made some progress here, guys, and I've worked let me see, I have worked around 13 inches of my work, and at this point I'm going to show you how I worked my waistline ribbing. So I finished my row with the row of the back post and alternating with the simple double crochet. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to add my ribbing. I finished the row by chaining 1, so I'll turn my work, and this row is going to be a row of double crochets only. So I'm basically going to work double crochets until I get to the end of this row. And I'm now going to chain one and turn my work. So I'm basically going to use the front post and back post ribbing. So I'll work my first double crochet here, and then I'm going to work a front post double crochet into the second double crochet from the previous row. I'll then work a back post into the next, and I'll now alternate between the front post and the back post double crochets until I get to the end of the row. Now for this last stitch, I'll just work a double crochet, and then yeah, I'll chain one, turn my work. Now for this specific row here, if we were going a circular motion, I'd tell you to work a front post double crochet where we worked a front post double crochet, and a back post double crochet where we worked a back post double crochet. But since we are now going back and forth, for these, this is the third row, we'll start our row with a double crochet the way we've just been doing. Now where we have a back post double crochet, like where we had a front post in the previous row, for this part it will look like a back post here, so we'll work a back post there like that. And where we have this front post, we'll have a front post. Where we have a back post, we'll have a back post like that. A front post. You see, we already have our ribbing forming, so we are basically working a back post and front post. A front post to this front post here, and a back post to this back post. I hope you can already see that our ribbing is forming beautifully. And yeah, we'll basically repeat this, and you'll work your project depending on how short or long you want your ribbing to be. You'll work the number of rows that you like. I have one of my sleeves ready, as you can see, and I'm here to show you how I worked that sleeve in this other side. So to start off, guys, I want us to leave a bit long tail here, and then we'll make a slip knot like that. And then I'll start from the, you see where we have this kahole here, I'll insert my crochet hook into this stitch here, this one here. So I'll insert my crochet hook there, and then pull, sorry, and then let me tighten my slip knot a bit, and then I'll pull my slip knot through this point like that, and then I'll chain one and then work a single crochet into this same stitch here, and then I'll work single crochets into every stitch until I get to the end of this first row. I'm now working towards the end, sorry, like that. Remember, I started by working into the space we had in the other side, so I'm also finishing at this same space here by working single crochet. Wait a minute. Yeah, by working a single crochet here. Now there's this chain 3 space we had initially, so I'm going, the reason I had this long tail here is so that I'll come with my tapestry needle and fix the hole that will leave here. So I'm going to directly work into the chain 1 we started with. I'll work into that like that, sorry, I'll work into the chain 1 space, work a slip stitch, and then I'll chain 1 and work a single crochet into the same, sorry, and work a double crochet into the same space like that. And then I'll start by working 2 of them. I'll work another one here. Once I've done that, guys, I'm going to continue with the pattern. Yeah, I'm going to work you see we had a front post here and we had a front post here, but in between we had a regular double crochet, so I'm going to work a front post there, and then I'll leave out this stitch here and work a double crochet here, and then I'll basically start alternating between the row of the between double crochets and front post double crochet, alternating with the front posts of the previous row. So as you can see, it's already falling into place. I'm going to work into this double crochet, a front post double, and then work a regular double crochet here, work another front post here, work a regular here, a front post here, a regular here. As you can see, I've worked until the very last stitch. I'll then slip stitch into the chain 1 like that, and then chain 1 again, and from this same point I'll start a single crochet here, and then I'll now work single crochets all round. I've finished working these. I'm not working into this stitch here because it's the slip stitch we made while we were joining the previous row. So I'm going to work again a slip stitch into the chain 1 space we had like that, chain 1, and then I'll work a double crochet here. Now remember we started with 2 double crochets while working the previous row of double crochets and front post doubles. So that should mean that this current row is we are going to start with 1 double crochet and then proceed into the front post double crochet. So I've already worked my one double crochet. I'm going to leave out this double crochet and I'm going to work a front post into this one. I'll then skip this stitch behind this front post and work into the next double crochet. And our pattern flows again. We'll skip this front post and work into the regular double crochet. Work a front double crochet here. Skip the front post, work into the regular double crochet like that, and then continue with the pattern. Yeah, I think from this point until the end of this sleeve, guys, it should be easy. The pattern just flows automatically. Remember, we are alternating between this row and a row of single crochet. So once we are done with this, we work a row of single crochet, and remember, we join with a slip stitch and start our work. Remember to be constant at this joining point so that we don't have our joining area diverting into the entire sleeve. Yeah, so guys, we'll basically do this until we get to the end, until we finish working our sleeve. That is until you achieve your desired length. Basically, we are repeating the second and the third and the fourth row of holes for the sleeve. I now have my roughly 12 inches of the sleeve, and at this point I'm going to take you through how I worked this ribbing here. So I used the single crochet back loop only method of ribbing, and to start off I'm basically going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, like that, and then I'll work into the second chain a single crochet, and I'm working into the back loop only, these loops here, I mean into the back bump. Yeah, so I'm working a single crochet into the second chain, and then I'll do that all the way until I get to the bottom. So I'm going to work single crochets. Yeah, I've worked these. I should be having 9 of them, 9 stitches, and then at this point I'm going to slip stitch into this first stitch here. I'll work a slip stitch, and then I'll work another slip stitch here like that, and then I'll turn my work, and I'll skip the first 2 stitches because those are the stitches that I was slip stitching on, and into the third one I'm going to work into this back loop only, the back one. Yeah, I'm going to work a single crochet there, and then I'll work single crochets all the way up. All the way up. Sorry. Now for this last stitch, I'm going to work into both the loops. It gives the work some nice look. So I'll do that, chain 1 and turn my work. The first one, as I told you, I'm going to work into both the loops, and then I'll keep working single crochet into the back loop only. Yeah, and then from this point until we finish this work, I'll be slip stitching into 3 stitches. So that's the first one, the second one, and the third one. Once I slip stitch into the 3, I turn my work like this and skip the first 3 stitches because those are the ones I slip stitched on, and into the 4th I work a single crochet and into the back loop only. So I'll be doing that back and forth, back and forth. Each time I get to the base, I slip stitch into 3 of them, and I'll do that until I finish working this ribbing, so that once I get to this point, we'll now join the work. I'm here to show you how I fixed this. So I'm just going to take my yarn, put it inside through this point of the tapestry needle, and then we'll just join this. Remember, the number of stitches we have here is the same number of stitches we have in this other side. So we are basically joining the 2 parts together. It's nothing complicated. Just like that, we have the sleeve and the ribbing complete and looking so beautiful. So I'll basically insert my tapestry needle here, pull this through. I'll pull this through, and then I'll just weave in the ends later on. And remember the point we left here? We left out some piece of yarn here with a hole that was to be fixed here. So we are just going to do the same. I'm going to insert my tapestry needle, to insert this piece of yarn into my tapestry needle like this, and then we are going to fix this. So we are basically going to join the work together. There's no special format to do it, just fixing it. Yeah, I think from this point here you can see we've already fixed that. The holes we have are those from the pattern we had, and we just weave in these ends. For the borderline, guys, as you can see, I've already worked one part here. I basically worked 4 rows of single crochet, and just to guide you through, I'll insert my crochet hook, pull a slip knot through, then chain 1, and then I'll work a single crochet here. There's no special way to do it. You'll do it the best way you know, but just ensure your work is not so loose. For my case, I worked single crochets into each end of the row for these parts here. So like for this part, we had a double crochet row here, a single crochet row here, a double crochet row here, a single crochet row here, a double crochet row, a single crochet, like that. So I basically worked single crochets into the end of each row until I finished this part, until I finished working this part here.